Hi, good day, and welcome to video 13. And this is part 2 to expanding brackets. So I strongly suggest that you look at video 12 first before looking at this video, because we're building on stuff that we did in video 12, right? So here's my first question. Now, as promised, today's expansion of brackets will involve fractions. So here's my first question. Now, I think we know the basics already, that everything inside the brackets will get multiplied by the item outside the brackets. So, but the problem is here, fractions usually create a problem. And one of the biggest problems with fractions is that a lot of the stuff in fractions, when they write it in exams or in textbooks, some items are smack in the middle of the fraction. You see how this P is kind of in the middle? You're not too sure if it belongs on top, or if you're not too sure if it belongs underneath. The same thing with the minus sign here. When it's smack in the middle, you're really not too sure who it belongs to. Does it belong to the 3 or does it belong to the 4? Now the truth is, when something is smack in the middle, it belongs to the whole fraction. But it makes the calculation a little more difficult to deal with. So what I usually tell people is that whenever something is smack in the middle, I want you to pretend it's light and let it float up to the top. So the minus sign will float up to meet the 3, and the P will float up to meet the 3. So you can rewrite it like this. Minus 3 and the P are on top now, and the 4 is underneath. Now, it's not a good idea to multiply fractions by whole numbers. Whenever I have fractions, I try to make everyone into fractions. Now, 3p is not a fraction. However, isn't 3p the same thing as 3p divided by 1? It doesn't change the value of 3p. But I was able to take the whole number and turn it into a fraction. Similarly, well, over here, you notice you have a minus sign that's smack in the middle. Now, this minus sign really belongs to the 3/5. But pretend this is light and let it float up and meet the 3. Take my advice, it will make your calculations a lot easier. Now, what we're going to do, when we're multiplying the fractions, everyone inside the fraction gets multiplied by the item outside. But we're going to handle the top separately, and then we'll handle the bottom separately. So I'm going to multiply the top by the top, the underneath by the underneath. So once again, since it's multiplication, because there's a secret multiplying between here, I am allowed to use the N, the L, and the S. So let's start off with the numbers first. 3 by 3, 9. 3 by 3, we got another 9. We're finished with the numbers, we're going to do the letters. P by P is P squared. P, there's no letter here, so P by no letter will still give us P. We're finished with the letters. Let's go to the signs. Now this 3 here is a secret positive. A negative and a positive is a negative. A negative and a negative is a positive. So we're finished with the top. Now the underneath is pretty easy. Everyone underneath, if you look to the left, it's a secret positive. And we know when we multiply a positive by a positive, we're going to get back a positive. So 4 by 1 is 4. You notice these answers are put in it underneath. And 4 by 5 is 20. Obviously, the positive is understood here and the positive is understood here. And that's it. That's the end of this question. Now, it's not possible to combine these two to get one answer, because he has a P squared and he has a P. P squared and P are considered to be different in maths. So there's no hope of squishing them together to get one answer. Let's try a harder question. This was a pretty simple question. Let's do a harder one. Alright, let's see. So, let's put 2 pairs of brackets now. We have 2x minus 4. In brackets, we have 3/5 x minus 1. And outside, we're going to have minus 3 quarter. Now, in my last video, video 12, I showed you that it's perfectly okay to multiply these two first, and the answer you get, then you multiply by this. And it's also perfectly okay to multiply these two first if you decide to do so, and then multiply by minus 3 quarter. Anyone will give you the same exact answer. However, I am going to multiply these two first. So let's handle those two. And after we multiply these two, then I will say about that, the last pair of brackets. Now, like in the last question, I don't like it when things are smack in the middle. So this minus sign really belongs on top. This 2x is not a fraction, so I suggest we divide it by 1. And this 4 is not a fraction, so let's divide it by 1. And the minus sign, well, is already on top. So, well, let me write this. So we have minus 3 on 4, 2x on 1, minus 4 on 1. I'm going to take my time, multiply this, and when I get my answer, then I'll multiply by the last brackets. So, secret multiply in between here. This 2 is a secret positive, this 1 is a positive, this 1 is a secret positive. We're going to multiply the top by the top, the underneath by the underneath. So, 3 by 2 is 6, 3 by 4 is 12. What letter was involved here? X. Any letters here? No. Negative and a positive is a negative and a negative is a positive. We're finished with the top. 4 by 1 is 4. 4 by 1 is another 4. Right? Now, since we have a next multiplication to do, I'm just going to put back the positive here and the positive here. Now we have to take this answer and multiply it by the last pair of brackets, which is 3/5. Where should we put this x? How it's smack in the middle, let's put it on top. And well, minus 1 is not a fraction, but we can take the minus 1 and divide it by 1. And this minus sign, how I had it in the middle here, to make life easier, let it float up to the top. And what we're going to do, block this item. We're going to multiply both of them by minus 6x on 4. And when we're finished, we're going to multiply the last pair of brackets again, but this time by 12 on 4. So we'll look something like this. We'll have minus 6x on 4, and it's going to be multiplied by 3x on 5 minus 1 on 1. This by this. Now, 12 on 4 will get multiplied by, it's already positive 4, 3x on 5 minus 1 on 1. So, we can use the M, the L, and the S here for this brackets. And we can use back the M, the L, and S for that brackets. So, 6 by 3 is 18. 6 by 1 is 6. X by X is X squared. X by no letter is just X. Negative, and this is a secret positive, secret positive, secret positive, secret positive, secret positive, secret positive. So, 4 by 5 is 20, and 4 by 1 is 4. Now, I had forgot to the negative by the negative here is a positive, right? Now I know the only 4 by 1 is 1, a positive by a positive is a positive. But a positive divided by a positive will give us back a positive. Alright? So let's move on to this one now. 12 by 3, 56. 12 by 1 is 12. Letters. When you multiply these two on top, the letter involved was x. When you multiply these two on top, no letters. Positive by positive is a positive. Positive by negative is a negative. Let's do the underneath. 4 by 5 is 20. And 4 by 1 is 4. Alright, so what we're going to have to do now, we're going to try to simplify this mess here. So I need some space, so I'm going to erase this up top. Right? Alright, so I'm going to begin writing on top now. Now, a good idea, before I write it on top here, I should probably try to simplify everything here as much as possible and then move on. I believe that 2 could go into, we can divide the top and the underneath by 2. So we'll get 9 and 10. I believe that 2 could go into both of them. So divide the top by 2, you'll get 3. Divide 4 by 2, you'll get back 2. Let's see here. What can go into 36 and 20? Well, I believe that would be 4. 9 4s are 36. So divide the top by 4, you will get 9. Divide the underneath by 4, you will get, divide the underneath by 4, you will also get, get 5. Divide both on top and underneath by 4. 4 into 12 is 3. 4 divided by 1 is 1. So I try my best to simplify it first. Now, let's write backwards. We'll have 9x squared on 10 plus 3x on 2 plus 9x on 5 minus 3 on 1. So I wrote back the simplified version here. Now, what we should do, the items with x, remember he has an x and he doesn't have an x. Sorry, he has an x and he also has an x. So we can squish them together to get one answer. X squared is completely different from x. So, I'm not too sure if you remember how to add fractions. But in my next video, I'll be doing fractions. So let me give you a little introduction now to fractions. When we're adding fractions, we're going to handle these two. I'm not too sure if you remember LCM. What's the LCM of 2 and 5? The LCM of 2 and 5 is 10. We say 2 into 10 is 5. The answer we get, we multiply by the top. So 2 into 10 is 5. 5 by 3 is 50. Right? This positive is this positive here. Or you can leave it here if you want. Even if we put the positive here and smack in the middle, we already would imagine it to be on top. Plus, at this plus sign here, 5 into 10 is 2. The answer we get, we're going to multiply by the top. So 5 into 10 is 2. 2 by 9 is 18. And don't forget to put back the x. Notice over here, I did not forget to put back the x too. So now we can simplify this. 15 plus 18x. Both of them have x in them. So 15 plus 18 is 33. And don't forget to put back the x. So we squish these two together on top to get one answer, because both of them have similar letters. Divide by 10 minus 3. Well, 3 divided by 1 is just what? 3. And we cannot do anything further with this, because he has an x squared, this has an x, and this doesn't have an x. This is my final answer. Right. That was a long one. Alright, so in my next video, I will be handling fractions. I'll go a little further on how to find the LCM and do more complex examples. Alright, so see you in video 14. Alright, and once again, don't forget to check the website below and subscribe and leave comments below. Have a great day.